Hello everyone, welcome to Programming School. Today I am going to discuss about programming MCQs for TCS NQT exam. Okay, directly jumping into the MCQs here. And the first question is we have to find the output of this code. Here, if the input is 20, what is the output? For example, here I am going to give 20. What it is going to be print here? It is going to be print 1. Why? Because how many integer values I am going to read here. I am going to read here only one value. That's why I am going to print it one. It is going to be print only one here. For example, I am going to read more than one values. For example, x comma y. I am going to give some percentage d, and like this. If I am going to give two values, for example 10 and 20, it is going to be printed 2 here. In this case, it is going to be print how many values we are reading from the keyboard. It is going to be print how many values I am reading here. I am reading here 2 values. Then it is going to be printed 2 here. Okay. Then next question. What is the output of this one? Here A value is 5, B value is 3 and C value is 7. Then A is equal to C. Then A becomes 7 here. Then B is equal to A. What is A value now? What is the new A value now? The new A value is 7. Then that is going to be replaced in, that is going to be placed in B here. Then B also becomes 7. Then C is equal to B. What is new value of B? That is also 7. Then C is also replaced with 7 here. Now I am going to display all the values. The output is 7, 7 and 7. Like this. And the next question, A is equal to 0 here. I am going to check here, is A is equal to 0? Yes, it is true. Then this line is going to be printed here. No doubt about that, this line is going to be printed here. But here there is no curly brackets is there. That's why this is not executed. That means this line is only belongs to the else part. This line is not belongs to the else part. It is outside the else part. That's why this line is also going to be executed here. For example, if I'm going to execute, it is going to be print hi and hello. Okay. If I'm going to give here some space, but it is not belong to the else block, right? It is going to belong to like this. That's why the hi hello is also printed here. Okay. Then moving into the next one. Here, if minus 5, if of minus 5, in programming language, in any programming language, only 0 represents false. Either it is positive or negative, it always returns, it always treated as a true statement. If of minus 5, that means if of true, then hello is printed here and it is going to be print in a new line. Then it is going to be print a new line. Then again, if of 5, this is also true. There is not if else, right? This is just if. This is also a simple if. Then it is going to be print this hello and this hi and this bye also. Why? Because this is not belongs to any else part, right? That's why it is also printed here. For example, if I'm going to execute it, all values are going to be printed here. For example, this by is belongs to some else part. Then it is only printed to, then it is going to print only hello and hi only. If I'm going to execute it, hi and hello only. It is not going to be print this by here. Okay. For example, I am going to write here some else if. Then what is the output here? It is going to be checked, is the first condition is true? Yes, the first condition is going to be true. Then this line is going to be executed. None of the other statements are not executed. For example, if I am going to execute it, it is going to be execute only the first line. Only the first line. That is if else statement, right? That's why if it is true, then it is not going to the another one. Okay, for example, if I am going to give some 0 here, if I am going to give some 0 here, it is going to be check. Yes, it is false. Then it is going to check here, is it true? Yes, it is going to be true here. Then it is going to be print high now. For example, here also I put some 0 here. Here also I put some 0. Then it is going to be print by here. Okay, everyone. I think it is clear. Then moving into the next question. Here we are calling some function here. B is equal to f of 30. And what the function, some f function is going to be written some value. That value I am going to print here. Moving into this function, what this function is doing here? This function is doing some, using some ternary operator. A is equal to what value I am passing here? 30. 30 is greater than 30. Yes, this is going to be false. That means it is going to be written 30. But in ternary operator, we cannot use the return statement. That is the error here. If I am going to execute it, it is going to be give an error here. We cannot use in return statement in ternary operator. For example, I am going to write here some, it is going to be 10, some 30, and it is also some 30 like this. I am going to return A. This is no problem. If I am going to execute it, sorry, I am going to put some colon here. If I am going to execute it, it is going to be print some 30. But we cannot use return statement in ternary operators. Okay. Then moving into the next question. Here, what is y value? For example, the y value is going to be, initially the y value is going to be 10 here. What happens now? I'm going to maintain, if any modifications done on y value, I'm going to change here. Just look at. First of all, it is going to be check this condition. What is this condition here? This is the post increment, right? This is the post increment. That's why it is going to be treated like this. 10 is greater than 9 or not? Is 10 is greater than 9? Yes, 10 is greater than 9. No doubt about that. Then y becomes 11. Then it is moving into this condition. What is that condition? Y value is 11 now. Is 11 is not equal to 10? Is it true or not? Is 11 is not equal to 10? Is it true or not? Yes, it is true, right? Yes, this value is true. Then y becomes 12 here. Why? Because it is a post increment. After this evaluation, then y becomes incremented. Then moving into this one. Then logical AND operation. Then y becomes 12. 12 is greater than 11. Is it true or not? Yes, again the value is true. Then y becomes 13 here. All the statements are true. We are using logical AND. Then it is moving inside the if block, and it is going to be print here 13 is the output. What is the y value now? Y value is going to be 13, and if I'm going to execute it, the value is going to be 13 here. Then moving into the next question, using some for loop here. I am going to maintain the values of x, y and z like this, and x is equal to 0, y is also 0, and z is also 0 here. Now z is equal to 0, and now I am going to check here. This is the pre-increment operation. Pre-increment operation. What is x value now? X value is initially 0, then it is a pre-increment, then x becomes 1, and I am going to check here, is 1 is greater than 2? Is 1 is greater than 2? No, it is false. It is false. Then it is going to be logical OR operation. That's why it is moving into the next one. If it is a logical AND operation, it never moves to the next one. Okay, this is the logical OR operation. That's why it is moving into the next one. And now plus y. What is y value initially? Y value is 0. 0 plus 1 becomes 1 here, then I am going to check is 1 is greater than 2? No, that is also false. Then this statement is not executed. Then it becomes 1. That is going to be incremented 1 here. That is going to be incremented 1 here. Now I am going to check here what is x value initially. Initially the x value is 1. 1 becomes 2. X becomes 2 here, and 2 is greater than 2. Is it true? That is also false. And I am going to check the y value also. Then y is going to be incremented at 2. Then I am going to check is 2 is greater than 2. No, this time also it is false. That's why this line is not executed. Then z becomes 2 here. Okay. Then x becomes, I am going to check again. Then x becomes 3. Is 3 is greater than 2? Yes, it is true. Now, if it is true, then it is not moving into this block. Why it is not moving into this block? This is the logical OR gate, right? If one statement is true, then there is no need to check the remaining statements here. That's why it is going to be stopped at this position. This is going to be true, then it is going to be enter into the x plus plus here. Then x becomes 4 here. Then x becomes 4 here. Then z becomes 3 here. Then again, what is x value? X value is 4. 4 plus 1 is equal to 5. And I am going to check is 5 is greater than 2? Yes, it is also true. Then again x becomes 6 here. X becomes 6. Then z becomes 4. Then again it is going to be check 6 becomes 7, and it is going to be check here 7 is greater than 2. Yes, then it is moving inside it, and x becomes 8 here, and g becomes 5, and it is g becomes 5 here. 5 is less than 5. That is false, right? Then it is coming outside the loop, and it is going to be print what is x value inside it. X is going to be 8 and y is going to be 2 here. Then output is going to be, sorry, I missed one line. Just I am going to execute it. The output is going to be 8 and 2 here. Very simple. Moving to the next program. What is this one? I am going to maintain a value here. Initially a value is going to be 1. Initially a value is 1. While a plus plus is less than equal to 1. That is a post increment, right? That's why it is going to be check is 1 is less than equal to 1. Yes, it is true. After this statement, a becomes a 2 here, and it is coming this loop here. Then a becomes 2. 2 is less than equal to 2. Is it true or not? Yes, 2 is less than equal to 2. Then a becomes 3 here. Then again it is checking that is 3 is less than equal to 2? No, it is false here. Then it is false. Then a becomes 4 here. Then a becomes 4. Then it is moving here. This is false, right? That's why it is moving again into this loop. And 4 is less than 1. 4 is less than 1. That is false. Then a becomes 5 here. Then it is coming into this one, and it is going to be print the a value becomes 5 here. Then moving into the next question. Some for loop is there. Some array values are there, 0, 2, 4, 1, 3. These are the array values, and these are the index values here. For example, here index is going to be starting from 0 to 4 here in the loop, and I am going to change the values of array. And what it is happening, first of all, what is a of I value? First of all, that is going to be a of I means a of 0. Then I am going to modify a of 0 value with this value. What is this one? First of all, I am going to trace what is a of I value. That means that is going to be 0. A of 0 is 0 plus 3. That is going to be 3. And 3 mod 5. 3 mod 5 means what is the remainder of this one? This is going to be 3. Now, all this expression is evaluated. It is going to be a of 3. A of 3. What is a of 3 here? A of 3 is going to be 1. Then here instead of a of 0 is equal to a of 3 value. What is a of 3 value? That is going to be 1. It is going to be replaced here by 1. Okay. Again I becomes a plus plus. Then again I am going to trace this one. Now a of I value, a of 1 value, that is going to be this one. A of 1 is equal to what it is? A of I. What is A of I value initially? That is going to be 2. 2 plus 3 is equal to 5. 5 mod 5 is equal to 0 here. That means after the total expression evaluation, the output is going to be 0 here. Then A of 0. What is A of 0 now? A of 0 value is 1. That is going to be replaced here. What is the output I am going to print? I am going to print what is in the first position, first index value. The value is going to be 1 here. If I am going to execute it, the output is going to be 1. The next program, this one. Char star A is equal to hiring A plus plus. Then I am going to print A here. What is A? A is, first of all, I am going to print here what is A value. What is A value? Before increment, what is A value? Some address, that is going to be some address. For example, A is an address and I am going to print here what is the value inside it. What is the value inside it? If I am going to execute it, it is going to be some 72. I don't know what is 72. For example, if I am going to convert into percentage C, it is going to give what is that 72? That is going to be indicating that H value, the first value here. What is that? The first value. And here I am going to increment what is the value here? Some percentage D here, right? Some percentage D. If I am going to execute it, it is going to give some address. And now I am going to execute here what is A plus 1. What is A plus 1? If I am going to execute it, it is going to be print 89. What is 89 here? Percentage C. I am going to print what is 89. Some I am going to print here. Sorry for that. I am going to print what is the value inside it. If I am going to execute it, it is going to be I here. It is going to be indicated the next character of I. The same thing here also I am doing here. I am printing A. I am printing A, but I am going to increment it. What is A now? What A is the address of the first character. It is indicating the first character, that is some 88. I am incremented it as plus plus, then it becomes 89. Then 89 means it is locating from here. I am going to print this value. I am going to print, sorry for that. If I am going to execute it, it is going to be print from I to the last value. I to the last value. For example, I am going to maintain here A is equal to plus is equal to 2. Plus is equal to 2. If I am going to execute it, it is going to be skipping the first 2 characters, right? It is going to be incremented by 2. That's why it is missing that 2 characters. Yes. Then moving into the next one. Some static values. static int y is equal to 1, static int z. I am going to print what is y value and what is z value. If I am going to give a normal values, for example, I am going to give some normal values. If I am going to print the values, I'm not giving any values. If I'm going to execute it, it is going to be give some garbage values. But when we are using some static keyword, it is going to be allocated with 0 as the default value. Here, y value is initialized with 1, that's why 1 is printed, and I am taking that z is equal to as a static value, that's why it is going to be 0 printed, and int a, this is going to be a garbage value. This is going to be a garbage value. It is going to be print some 0, but it is going to be a garbage value like that. Okay, then moving into the next one. Here, static int a of 20. I already discussed about this thing. If I am going to give static int a of any variable, its default value becomes 0 every time. If you are doing, if I am going to, what is I value becomes 0. That 0, a of I is equal to 0 means I am going to place a of 0 is equal to 0. This value is 0, no doubt about that. Then what is a of 1 value? That is also 0. Why? Because I am using static keyword here. All the values, all the 20 values, it is going to be 0 here. What is I value? I value is also 0. For example, I am going to execute it. It is going to be print 0, 0, 0 like this. For example, I am going to print here 19. If I am going to execute it, this time also it is going to be 0. Why? Because all the values when we are using static keyword, all the values are zeros. The default values for zeros. Then moving into the next question. S is equal to 10 star p, p is equal to ampersand s. Here p is a pointer. I am going to store the address of s in p. P is the address. P is the address, and the star P is, what is star P here? Star P is a value at that address. That is not address. Star P is not address. Star P is a value at that address. What address I am placing here? S address. What is S address? For example, if it is going to be some like this, I am going to print here what is the value at that address, that is a 10. What is yes? That is also 10. Then it is going to be printed 10 and 10 like this. And moving into the next question. Yes, macros. Here macros means the preprocessors, right? For example, I am going to execute it. If any functions are there, if any words are there like this, fun of like this, it is going to be replaced with x into x. For example, we are assuming that this is going to be 12 into 12, the output is going to be 144. But the output is not like that. What is the output here? It is going to be replaced, if it is x, x is going to be replaced like this. And what is the output here? For example, 10 plus 2, right? 10 plus 2. That is the x. 10 plus 2 is x here. Then 10 plus 2 here. 10 plus 2. Fun of 10 plus 2 is becomes now, it is going to be evaluated like this. Then what is the first expression it is going to be evaluated? This is the first expression. 2 into 10, that is going to be 20. Okay, 20 plus 10 is equal to 30. 30 plus 2 is equal to 32. The output is going to be 32 like this. That is not 144. That is the mistake here. If it is like this, it is going to be evaluated 10 plus 2. It is going to be replaced. It is treating as a 10 plus 2 as one argument. F of x 10 plus 2 is equal to, then it replaced with 10 plus 2 into 10 plus 2. Multiplication has higher priority. That's why 10 into 2 is going to be implemented first, then plus 20 and plus 2, that is going to be 32 here. Yes, is it clear? The same question in a different format. For example, the question is like this. Fun of x is equal to brackets of x into bracket of x. Then it is going to be implemented 10 plus 2, it is in bracket, and 10 plus 2 and 10 plus 2 like this. That means it is evaluated. The brackets has more precedence, right? That's why 10 plus 2 becomes a 12, and this one is also 12, and this is also 12. 12 into 12, that is going to be 144. Now the output is going to be 144. The output is going to be 144 like this. Next question. This example is based on some recursion here. I am passing here n is equal to fun of 6. I am passing 6 here. If the value is less than or equal to 1, if the value is less than or equal to 1, then only I am going to return it. Then only I am going to return it. Else, it is not less than equal to 1, we have to call the function again, fun of n minus 3 plus fun of n minus 1. How it works? I will show you through some example like this. Fun of, first of all, it is going to be f of 6, right? Fun of 6. It is going to be like this. And what is this value now? It is going to be fun of n minus 3. N minus 3 means it is going to be fun of 3. F of 3. F of 3 becomes it is going downward. First of all, it is going to be downward first of all, then it is backtracking. I will explain here the recursive model, how it works exactly. Okay, here f of 6 becomes f of 3, and f of 3 becomes then f of 3 becomes f of 0 now. If f of 0 value, right? If 0 is less than or equal to 1, then it is going to be return 1. Returning 1 means here it is going back and it is returning 1 value to this f of 3. Yes, f of 3 side, one part is finished, then it is moving into this part. This part is finished. Then we have to do it f of n minus 1. F of n minus 1, f of 2 here. This is going to be f of 2. Then f of 2 becomes this value. What is this value? This is going to be some negative value, right? Minus 3. That is going to be minus 1. Then it is going to be return. If it is minus 1 is less than or equal to 1, right? That's why it is going to be return 1 here. This part is done. Then it is moving here like this. Then this is going to be f of n minus 1. That is going to be f of 1. If 1 is less than or equal to, right? 1 is less than or equal to 1. That is also true. Then it is going to be return 1 here. Then it is going to be return 1 like this. Then the whole part of f of 2 is finished. Then 1 plus 1 is becomes 2. That is going to be returned 2 here. Then left part and right part of f of 3 is finished, and then 2 plus 1 is equal to 3, and 3 is placed here. Yes, 3 is going to be placed of f of 6 left hand position. Then f of 5. Then we are going to do f of 5. That means f of n minus 1. Now I am going to do with f of 5. The same operation again. Here I am going to do with f of 2 here. F of 2. F of 2 means we already discussed about this thing, right? f of 2. What is f of 2 is returning here? F of 2 is returning 2, right? F of 2 is returning 2 from this functionality, and it is going to be written 2 here. F of 2 is returning 2 here. Then f of 5, it is going like this, and what is this value? That is going to be f of 4 here. F of 4. What is f of 4 value? F of 4 becomes f of 3. And what is f of 3 value? If you observe here, f of 3 value is going to be 3, right? F of 3 value is going to be 3. Then it is returning the value of 3 here. Then no, this is not f of 3. Sorry for that. This is not f of 3. This is f of 1. Sorry, this is going to be f of 1. 4 minus 3, that is going to be 1. What is f of 1 value? It is going to be written 1 here. It is going to be written 1. F of 1 is going to be written 1. And this part is going to be f of 3. This part is going to be f of 3. What is f of 3 returns? F of 3 returns value 3 here. F of 3 is going to be 3 here. Then left part and right part of f of 4 is finished. Then 3 plus 1 is equal to 4 here. Then it is going to be replaced with 4. Then left part and right part of f of 5 is finished. 4 plus 2 is equal to 6. Then it is going to be replaced with 6. Now f of 6 left hand part and right hand part is finished. Then 3 plus 6 is equal to 9 here. The output is going to be 9. The similar thing here, if I am going to execute it, the output is going to be 9 like this. Yes, this is the recursive model of this program. Particularly for this program, try to work out for Fibonacci series also, and use some other programs also. The recursive relationships, how the recursive relationships are work. Like this, it is going to be working here. Thank you very much. And I'm going to give some more videos on data structures also, and groups concept and everything. Just follow my channel and subscribe to my channel first of all. Thank you guys. And all these programs I'm going to give in some description here. Thank you guys. Thank you very much.